go tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them a telling of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. Them come out of the mountains and mix up with seed. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. May I go tell you a little truth about the black histories for the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy to analyze the truth about the way body. We're the first to come up with biology to analyze the lives in the society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology to construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology to analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology to put the rhythm in your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, with the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. Oh yeah, say we have to analyze it. Black and white story in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. We yeah, we yeah. Black and white story in my mind. Oh yeah, say we have to analyze it. May I go tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them, I tell enough of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. They come out of the mountains and mix up the sea. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. May I go tell you a little truth about the black history. It's for the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy to analyze the truth about the way body. We're the first to come up with biology to analyze the life in our society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology to construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology to analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology to put the rhythm in your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, 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 it's white, white, white. But let we tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. Oh yeah.
Yes, yes. Greetings, family. Yeah, baby. Your brother is in the mother flipping building. That's right. That's right. Giving love and honor to all of the ancestors and all the creators. Thank all those applauses. Thank all those applause. Yes, yes, yes. As you know, I will pay them later as usual. I pay good money for applauses now. Don't play. Don't play. I pay good money for applause. And so if you want to join my applause crew, there's 63 of y'all in here already. Guess what? Y'all can join the applause crew. We got a special shoe for you today. A special shoe because who the shoe fit, let them wear it. Like Bob Marley used to say, who the cap fit, make them wear it. And King Simon is here to say, when Baba comes with his big shoe to kick somebody in their big ass, guess what? It's gonna fit up in there. I'll just so. But I wanted to start off the show a little different because I heard a guy on, I forgot the name of the guy on Robert Kiyosaki's show, and I'm gonna play a little bit about the zero because I'm going to do a little numbers thing that I'm going to get into my sponsorship real quick. But I want y'all to listen carefully on what this guy is saying, because it's a white guy talking to an Asian Hawaiian guy. And this is what he says about the zero. And this is on the Robert Kiyosaki show the other day. Check this out.
How does Bitcoin equal zero? That's right. So a little background on zero. It was discovered in 7th century India, actually, by a mathematician named Brahmagupta. And he reportedly discovered it in meditation. So zero became a symbol for the experience of the void. So when you meditate, you try to basically get past your thought, get past attachment to time and worldly things. So you experience this place of nothingness. And that's where he discovered zero. And by adding, and all numeric systems before that didn't have a concept of zero, but by adding the concept of zero, so a category for no categories, if you will, it radically enhanced the utility of mathematics. So it gave us a gateway into the negative domain of numbers. By going into the negative numbers, we discovered the imaginary numbers, like square root of negative 1. The imaginary numbers turned out to be a prerequisite for all software and wireless technology we use today.
Okay, hold it right there, family. Hold it right there, because he had the nerve to say that India was the one that discovered this whole thing of using and computation and actually using the zero first, and found that it was that no other culture had it. Now I gotta turn on my camera for this. What's up? I gotta turn on, because let me tell you something. Before India did anything, Kemet already built. They had 25 other dynasties that was already building stuff, and the zero was also a part of it, because in order for you to do certain calculations, you had to have the understanding of the zero. And they said it came from the so-called Arabs, but the original Arabs was ancient melanated people that some of us called the Moors at one time, who came through Kemet, and all of them was connected to all of these ancient African tribes, or these ancient indigenous tribes out of the continent over there. But this guy, this European had the nerve to say that India was the first to found and was able to use the mathematics first. Man, that's why we got to control our own narrative. We got to control our own narrative. I only played that briefly because of course, me as a numerologist, and I study so much. Look, this book here, which was edited, which was introduced, or was the introduction, was written by Dr. John Henry Clark, Africa Counts, where this European lady, Vasilevsky, she go back into the counting system of ancient Africa. She goes way back. She even go into the Arab, because the Arabs of today are not the original Arabs from back in the day. These Arabs are the mixtures that you see today, the light-skinned ones and the ones that look damn near white. They're the mixtures. In Saudi Arabia and all that, the original people was Saudi, the darker people, the people of the Saudi, the real darker hue people. And they were doing the mathematical stuff of building temples and building universities and all that. Not these Arabs of today. That's why it was so interesting that Neil deGrasse Tyson, who happens to be a Libra, Neil deGrasse Tyson Neil deGrasse Tyson was the one that said that Pythagoras, that number system and the information that Pythagoras had, was already in existence thousands of years before him. And also this Sagittarius scientist named Jim Gates said the same thing. Jim Gates. Now, the black scientists are starting to come out. I know they bought and paid, some of them, but they starting to come out. But it is what it is. But again, family, get this book. This one is called Africa Counts, Numbers and Patterns in African Culture by Claudia Zaslavsky. And the introduction, once again, was written by one of our esteemed elders, John Henry Clark, who more than likely read it first. Of course, he had to read the book because he did the introduction right there. You can see his name on the bottom. John Henry Clark was in the book. So, I ain't playing with this. I study numbers. I study numbers in all aspects, and it's an infinite thing, but no, and behold, the darker hue did have it. So he gave it to India, and I understand he gave it to India. The European gave it to India, and the Asian looking Hawaiian named Robert Kiyosaki agreed with that. I even posted on that. I said, no, the Indians did not have that zero understanding before the people of ancient Africa. I posted it on his line. I saw, I see my teacher and Baba in the backstage, so we're going to bring him up at 9 o'clock. But I just wanted to play that clip with Robert Kiyosaki and the guy that he had on there. I forgot the guy's name, but he's supposed to be big in the Bitcoin. And I'm studying him. His name is Robert also, but he's big in Bitcoin. And I'm definitely invested in Bitcoin and all that, and Guap Coin. Don't forget Guap Coin. Make sure y'all connect with my sister, Aquarius Maximus. She got that Guap Coin. She's the official first black lady to own her own coin. So she doing the darn thing. There's 130 of y'all in this darn chat. So before we bring up the Baba in the next 6 minutes, as we getting prepared, let me bring up some of the sponsorships that's going on. Of course, he got something coming up, but he also got an announcement coming up. So I just want to remind everybody, if you want to find out further information about this Paradigm Shift 2030, please, please, please. I got to sound like James Brown. Y'all got me sounding like James Brown in here. That's a darn shame. Please, please, please. Make sure you go to his website. That's www.uksnow.org. And if you want to send Baba some cash at love, guess what? It's $Sanu7. And for more information about the next webinar that's coming up, that's Sunday, July the 19th, log on to www.uksnow.org. And you can send donations via website also. And also you can contact him and his beloved Empress. I don't say queen too much because we know the root of that. Beloved Empress, 1-800-847-1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. His beloved Empress, Dr. Nalani. You know the deal, family. And there's a whole bunch of pictures with this thing, man. Let me show you the other pictures. The other pictures, because I'm in the other picture. There I am. I'm in the top there. Oh, there I am on the left. Bang! Oh, me and Lloyd Stray. Oh my God. I can't believe Baba found one of those old ass pictures of me. That's back in the 80s. Tell you how far we go back. To find that. Also, this is the one with the ladies and some of the gents in there, but you got to big up. Also, I see Soleil in there. I see Queen of Force here, the one we had on stage, Sister Shahrazad in there. Big up, a lot of mercy. So, as you know, I started off with a disclaimer. Let me stop playing. There is a disclaimer on this show. I ain't playing with none of y'all. I ain't playing with YouTube. I ain't playing with none of y'all today. So, I got to cover my backside. Pause. So, content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcaster and its sponsors. Yes, I got sponsors, so I can't be playing. Parental guidance is advised. Yes, I don't play. I told Bob I was going to do this, so he know me already. He know how we get down. Well, I come from radio. That's what I do all the time. Just want to remember everybody, don't forget on this coming Saturday, July the 18th, at 7 p.m., the world premiere of the Happy Film documentary and film at happyfilm.com. Make sure you get your front row ticket on any and all devices. And then after that premiere, guess what? You can get your DVD or digital download after the premiere. But remember, Professor James Smalls is on it. Dr. Jeffries is in it. You got Jabari in it, Brother Jabari. You got Infundishi in it. You got, of course, Patrice Newton, Dr. Patrice Newton, Dr. Salaj Ashby, a whole host of people. If you go to the website and look at the cast, guess what? They're in the building. So enough respect to that. And coming up, I got to let y'all know about what's coming up next. Don't forget, this coming Friday, July the 17th, we have Professor James Smalls coming in to big up that Happy documentary, because he's going to be on it anyway. And it's going to be at 9 p.m. He'll be here on Friday. And on Sunday, July the 19th, I have Professor Zahalia Anderson, martial arts, studied under Dr. Moses Powell, and me and Dr. Valentine. We know who Dr. Powell was. We know who When Worlds Collide was, because his son trained there. I trained there. He was there doing lectures and all that. And this sister trained under Dr. Moses Powell directly. She lives in LA now, but her father, Master Ernest, is still out here. So big up to him, who's trained under Dr. Moses Powell. And then on Wednesday, July the 22nd at 7 p.m., our sister Malika Ali is coming. She studied under Dr. Africa. She studied under Dr. Sabi. She studied under Ma'a. She has studied Dr. Ashby. She is going to be teaching about building your immune system. So she will be here next Wednesday, as we are saying now. And those people who want to Those people who want to get my book right now, if you want to order my book, pre-order my book. I just completely finished it, about to send it to the editor. Numerovation for Mental Stability. That's the new book. Because of what's going on and all the bull crap, guess what? Numerovation for mental stability is very important. Using your numbers to motivate you to take you to the higher level so you can maximize your numbers that are connected to you and your birthday and your name. Remember, you could do the price it's 40/40. That's 40/40, and everything is included. Shipping and handling, all of that is included. I'm going to even sign the first 100 via PayPal. You could go paypal.me/Numerovata, the Numerovata /the Numerovata, and please include full name, mailing address, and of course, in all the PayPal notes section, please include your full name and mailing address when you send the money to paypal.me /the Numerovata, and you will get your book coming up. So give it a little time. It will come. Just be patient with me. And before we move to our doc, I got to show these other sponsors real quick. Don't forget, family, this is another sponsor of mine. Those ladies that need a natural gynecologist. This sister here is awesome with her stuff. It's pedalwise.com. It's a Black-owned business, a Black-owned sister. She's an acupuncturist. She's a natural gynecologist, and she loves to help you sisters out. And all you have to do, family, is if you want to get a deal from them, if you want to get that percentage off, all you have to do is save 10% with the coupon code KING2020. That's my coupon code KING2020 at pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. Make sure you place your order, but make sure you use that coupon code KING2020 and you will get over like a fat rat. All right. Don't forget my book. Don't play with my books. That's right. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Make sure you get that book. That's on Amazon and Kindle, and every book that you purchase. Guess what? You are supporting myself and Dr. Layla Africa, because he is the publisher of these 3 books that I'm about to post up. Also, Numbers, no promotion is bad promotion, and all publicity is good publicity. He's also the promoter, the publicist of that, or the publisher for that. And also, this is Numbers Are Simple. Our children's health is important. So please order the book, and you support me and you support Dr. Layla Africa and his beautiful wife. And last but not least, Sister Janelle, if you want to find out anything about real estate throughout New York City or the tri-state area, about getting an apartment, getting a house, getting a Airbnb, whatever, give this sister a text or a call at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. So, woo! And of course, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Remember, numerology is applied mathematics. If you learn how to apply the numbers connected to your name and your birthday, they will guide you and help you, but it is work. This is not microwave, family. This is not microwave. This is about working to be your very best. So numbers can enhance you just like astrology, cardology, cosmophysics, all of that. Every metaphysics science can help you if you really use it and you really work on it. So without any further ado, before we bring on our beloved brother, I got to read his bio. I got his bio. I know some of y'all may know him. Some of y'all may not know. As 152 of y'all. I got my Ethernet cord. Thank you to Sanella for breaking it down so I can keep the stream live and strong. But the man that I'm about to bring on for you is the founder, director, and pastor of the Temple of Healing Spirit, Self-Healing Education Center, co-founder of the University of Commission Sciences, Institute for Self-Mastery, and just recently, Whole Wellness Live, a certified member of the International Association of Counselors and Therapists. He received his doctorate in hygienic health science and classical naturopathic from the Life Science Institute of Texas, now merged to the Fit for Life Science Institute. College of Natural Health in Canada, Dr. Valentine is also recognized globally as one of the founding fathers of the underground metaphysics grassroots conscious community. I want to give this brother a well-deserved round of applause as we bring him on right now. Without any further ado, the one, the only, my brother, your brother, Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine.
I feel like I should start striking up a band or something, brother.
Well, you know you used to sing. I don't know why you play it. You know what you can
Yeah,
do.
well,
You need to
out
do
of
it. You
your
know what to
mind.
do.
Just out of your mind.
You know this is what we
Thank you.
do, Baba. I do it everywhere on stage.
Thank you. Thank you.
How you been, Baba? How you feeling? First of
Uh,
all, how you
good.
feeling? How's the family? How's everybody?
Family, well, thank you for asking.
I
Yeah,
know there's a lot
I'm,
of stuff going on.
yeah, she's here
Yeah,
by my side. You
there's a
know.
like, yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Dr. Delani, what's up, girl? Oh, let me give you a round of applause too. Stop playing. You know I gotta give you a round of
Oh,
applause.
you.
Stop playing. There it is. Gotta give her a round of applause.
Somebody, somebody left the back door open. She just broke out.
I know. They done gave me too much to drink,
Uh-huh.
but I'll drink for that, sir.
Thank you very much. That was very nice of you.
Oh, my brother. You know, brother, you know me already, brother. You know me for too long, man, since the early 90s, brother. So
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
is what it is, man. We go back into your temples and all of that, and back in the 80s and all that stuff. So enough respect to you and all that you're doing and all that you got coming up. I know you got a big announcement. You want to start off with the announcement first because people
Yeah.
have been hitting me up also, like they've been hitting up with Richard. Go ahead, please. Announce
Well,
what's happening with the webinar right now, please.
yeah. What's happening is that the Zoom has gotten some kind of a glitch, and the glitch has stopped people from registering. I don't know whether it was purposely or what, but we've been having these glitches hit us every time we are about to do something.
Yes.
We're waiting for a call back from them, and we're hoping that they get back to us soon. But we're asking that anyone who has not had the opportunity to register, please make sure that they place their email at our website, uksnow.org.
Right there.
Please go there and put your email and join our mailing list. We will send out a notice when the the glitch in the system has been cleared up. Now the other thing is just push comes to shove,
Yes,
and
sir.
we're making sure that we have everything working the way we're supposed to, and making sure that everybody can be serviced. If we cannot get you in to do the registration for this coming Sunday, then my wife and I thought it would be, just just decent and respectful to stage it once more. So I'm hoping that we can get it done for this Sunday. But if we can't get it done for this Sunday, we will definitely do a rerun or a holdover and do it again, which means I'm going to have to do 16 hours of the lecture. But please, thank you for your response. It has been wonderful. We would like you to, join this one because this particular webinar is going to be one of the most important that I've ever done. And I'm not just hyping that to hype the event. This has really been about 3 months of research. There's a lot of stuff that people will know, but there's a lot of stuff that they do not know. But the stuff that they do know does not have the depth of what they should know. And I'm going to cover all bases. It's going to be long, about 7 hours, of course, and it's going to cover a lot. It's going to cover soup to nuts, A to Z, and everything that's going on today. There is a subtext. There's stuff going on in front of the stage, and then there's some stuff going on behind the stage. And what we're doing is researching all the stuff behind stage, because what's getting ready to be set up in front stage is actually being molded and put together backstage. So we've been backstage breaking down everything that will happen over the next 10 years. And a lot of people have been doing the work. You'll notice that a lot of people are coming out saying a lot of the things that we've been saying. And I hate blowing bubbles. You know me. it's just a redux of a
Yes.
lot of stuff that Bobby, myself, Dr. Delwood Blair, it's finally coming to the surface, and we're happy. Don't you know? I know we're happy about that,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the young people think that this is this is
New.
brand new, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the tapes that I've done, which are over about 300 of them, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them have not yet been seen. A lot
Yes.
of them don't have this. See,
Yes. And a
and
lot of people don't know you used to speak for 11 or 12 hours where people would be
right.
going, we'd be going like this.
Yeah, I know they'd be nodding head, be nodding, bobbing back and forth. You should be there when they were at the gathering of the masters. They were
Yes.
there sleeping on the floor while Bobby was talking. We
Everybody.
would come in, what was it? We'd come in about what, 11, 12 o'clock that afternoon and leave
Mhm.
about 6 the next morning.
6 in the morning.
That's
Wow.
right. And
Wonderful.
that's the time when there was no cell phones. We didn't have
Yes.
to run to no computers. It was just the teachers and the brothers just interfacing with one another. I think it was a beautiful time. It was a renaissance. Actually,
Mhm.
it was a metaphysical and a consciousness renaissance
Mhm.
uh, by 1978, going into 1995, 96, when we were dealing with the gathering of the masters.
Mhm.
And there's so much that was opened up for a lot of the young brothers and sisters. They think that the conscious community is something new. It's
Mhm.
old. It
Oh,
started with our elders, standing up to the man or whoever you want to call him and that crap. But where I sat at the feet of some of these great men,
mhm.
Dr. John, you mentioned Baba Clark,
Yes, sir.
and of course Dr. Ben, Dr.
Mhm.
Van Sertima,
Yes, sir.
and we had all the great ones. We even had, Khalid Muhammad, our
That's
big.
right. That's right. That's
We were
right.
there, and it was nothing like that, man. It was hopping and popping, boy. I tell you, it was
Right.
beautiful back then. We can't really tell the young people today what that was because they have their own niche. They have their own conscious movement.
Exactly.
If they were back then, when the halls would be packed with 2 or 3 thousand people, when they'd be up
Yep.
in the church, I
Yep.
mean, you know what I'm talking about,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slave theater everywhere, brother.
State
Everywhere.
theater, yep, downtown. It was
Yes, sir.
fantastic.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I'm doing, again, like I said, please go up on our website and just make sure that you put your email in and we'll get in contact with you. If you can't see it this Sunday, rest assured we will have a second showing just to make sure that those who want to get in, I know there are a lot of people because we've been getting bombarded
Yes.
with the calls, and I'm so, I feel so frustrated. And here's some of the scenario. My wife would call, she'd
Hmm.
be on the phone for a half hour holding on. Then
Hmm.
somebody would come on and lament how sad it is that she had to go through it. And then they'd
Hmm.
hang up and we wouldn't hear from them until we call them back.
Hmm.
You know?
Hmm.
So we're going to be switching platforms. If we don't fix this by the time we have this program this Sunday, we will be doing it on another platform.
Baba, big up to Red Blue Pill. He just asked, is that the site we should send people to register? Like he said, please go to the website www.uksnow.org and join the mailing list just in case you don't get in. He will do another one, and contact them at 1-800-847 1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. So, it's about integrity, family. And I know Baba for years, he's had this integrity for many. When he was with Queen Afua back in the day, and now that he's with Dr. Nalani, he still maintained this same energy. We might be getting gray and a little older, but it is what it is. He still got, don't worry about that, brother. That's wisdom, brother. That's wisdom.
Yeah, I love it. I'm waiting for everything to go gray. I want to go gray. I want to look gray. I want to look like the elder. But what the hell?
But at least you gave us an update. There's 200 of them on the line right now, and Facebook got a many amount of people on Facebook because we're broadcasting on Facebook and on YouTube.
Right. Thank you.
But I want to say to the people, believe me, Baba has helped me with my first 3 sets of children for for vaccine exemption back in the 90s. And they didn't get vaccine until me and the wife got divorced. Then I understood, but at least we got them away from the initial vaccine during that time was kind of crazy. And they're doing well. But, I commend you for what you've been doing, man. That's what
Thank
and you and your wife, that your empress. I'm glad that y'all are still doing the work, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That's all. But let's get into it, man. The meat, and well, the veggie. I won't go into no meat, no potatoes. We're gonna get into some vegetables, some hard biting vegetables. We're gonna
Right.
get into it. You know,
Yeah.
I got. Let me show that flyer real quick, because people gotta see this. Those that didn't see it, I showed this as one of the advertisement. Man, Paradigm Shift 2030, Rise of the Metaphysical Messiahs and the Death Throes of the Satanic State. Aristocracies, was it?
Aristocracy.
Aristocracy, yes, that's what I want to make sure of. Evil, man. Come on, Doc. Come on, Doc. Come
You
on.
know my names.
Come on, Doc. You and I heard Brother Rich say the same thing. You and these titles, man, you have the best titles and sometimes the longest titles.
Yeah, I wanted to give the people a little idea of what to expect.
Yes.
This particular one is to dedicate to brothers and sisters like yourself. That's why I call it the Rise of the Metaphysical Messiahs.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't put yourself out as I need Jesus Christ or anything. To me, the idea of a Jesus Christ he was a revolutionary.
Yes.
You see, and he came to change. He came to teach a new way. That type of thing. Yes. So if a Messiah is one who comes to teach something that is to be tomorrow,
yes,
and he's speaking about it, or she is speaking about it today, and they are out of their time. So when they talk about a messianic message, it's a message usually of preparation. Yeah. Messianic messages are lessons of preparation, so that people can be ready for this new shift in consciousness that is to come. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't forces aligned and ready to lead us in the wrong direction. Mm-hmm. And the thing is for us to understand and understand how for instance, Jimi Hendrix said, "I don't live today." Right. I never knew what that meant until I began doing the teaching, and I created this particular phrase: the misfits of today are the messiahs of tomorrow. I said that many times. Yes. It's going to be on my T-shirt. Yes. The misfits of today. In other words, you don't fit today, but you are the messiahs of tomorrow, because what you are doing is introducing a whole other way of not only thinking, of acting, of planning, and so forth. And what you're doing is he says, "I come visiting with you from another tomorrow." What does that mean? Well, if I come visiting with you from another tomorrow as a metaphysical Messiah, it means that the place I'm coming from, this particular consciousness timeline, is not headed. The place I'm coming from is where the timeline needs to shift, because there are young people here that are being born now that don't belong to this time. They belong to a time 20, 30 years from now that we are preparing them for, and we are preparing them to shift the paradigm like we were being prepared. So I know it sounds a little crazy, a little weird, but when you come from another tomorrow and you are trying to guide everyone to that tomorrow, the tomorrow they're headed to is destruction. It's slavery. You see that. And brothers and sisters that have come before us, Dr. Cresswellsing, all the great messiahs that came to teach of another way. Yes, sir. Those people were leading us here. I mean, tell the truth. Before this, we were all Christians looking for a job.
Yes, that's right.
And along comes a man like Dr. John Henry Clark. Along comes Dr. Ben. Along comes Asa Hilliard. Yes. Along comes all these great teachers, and they're saying, look, here's what the information really says. Here's what they're hiding from you. Here's what they're not telling you in your school. And you're saying, whoa, is that right? I didn't think of that. And all of a sudden, something wakes up in your head, and you know that they're telling the truth because they have the books, they have all of the exculpatory information.
Yes.
And so now you dive into that. And so I dove into it head first because there was something about what they were saying that rang true in my heart. And that inspired me to go digging deeper into the spiritual aspects. Because I went up to Dr. Ben, who was a 96-degree Mason. And I said, Dr. Ben, I mean, we're studying about how great these people were. They built pyramids and cathedrals. What were they like? What did they study? What were their spirituality? What were their higher mathematics? He said, do you get initiated? He says, well, no, that's something I can't tell you. So from that point, they laid the groundwork and said, here's what your history is. Here's what your story is. Build on it. And that's what Bobby, myself, Delbert, and everyone, we went into that. But we took it to the metaphysics rather than the physics and the historic. And then that brought everything together. And so I started the underground, and Bobby used to come down. Matter of fact, I introduced Bobby to New York. And we had like these incredible skull sessions that you would not believe. The people were starving, young people. They would travel from 2 or 3 states to come to the gathering. Travel, take a plane from California. You understand? This is how wonderful this time was between the 70s and now.
Yes.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing with everybody and with you, Brother Rich, twins, A.A. Rashid, and you're dealing with all the, I can't name one. They're all up there.
I see all of them. I said the Duke of Tears, everybody. Yes, sir.
Just put up my flyers in honor to those that I've had the chance to work with, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Those are the metaphysical messiahs to me.
You know what's so funny, Baba, is that people like you and Bobby Hemmett, while I was in the Nation of Islam, while I was in the Ansarullah community, y'all opened my eyes to another reality when I came out of under Dr. York, who was trying to give us inklings of it in the 80s, but he was still under Islam, and that's what he was doing. He was doing the Islamic thing, but he was dropping it a little things. Although he dogged out Dr. Bennett one time, but that's in your growth, that's what you do. You try to, especially when you're studying religion. And I tell people all the time, that's why I always put you as an acknowledgement in my books, all my books. I got my 4th book that coming out. I wrote your name and your wife's name in it. But I said these guys, you, Bobby Hemmett, Panic, all these guys, Dr. Africa, the late great Dr. Africa, all of them made my numerology better because you told us to look beyond. Don't limit yourself, because there's more to it than just one level of it. And that's why I created my own system, Numerovation, and how to connect my motivational history with the numbers history and start motivating instead of. Cause let me tell you something. You used to do readings and all that kind of stuff with the crystals and all that, but people take that as entertainment, and I don't take entertainment. This is not entertainment, because I don't do readings. I do consultations, and you do. So it's very important, brother, that what you had, that you offered us. And what all Delbert Blair, that's why I always put up this. I started putting up this prayer. This is Delbert Blair's prayer right here. I put up Delbert Blair's prayer, knowing my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet. This is Delbert Blair's prayer. And you have his people. So it's so important what y'all have done for us, brother, and what you've shared. So people, please show him some monetary love. I don't want to hear nothing. Dr. Valentine, please use Cash App at Sanu, $Sanu7, or send a donation through his website. You can do that, right? Send a donation through your website.
But we've kind of shut that down because sometimes it doesn't work. And it kicks the donate and the gift. We call it a gift. Because if you do the donation, then it becomes taxable.
Right.
So
love gifts.
That's taxable.
Yeah, because you got PayPal because people can send.
Yeah,
people
I forgot to tell you that. It's easy. Kemet Earth.
Hold on.
Gmail.com.
I'll put that up there. KemetEarth@gmail.com.
That's correct.
All right. So moving forward, Baba, this whole 2030, because you're giving us a timeline of 10 years, this paradigm shift. Briefly, because I know you're going to explain it at the webinar, what does it mean to us and what does it mean to the world? this paradigm shift. Look like he's frozen. You all right, Baba? Hold on. Let me get him out and get him back. Baba, you look like he's frozen. Oh, man. This time he's frozen. Okay, he went out. Okay, family, he went out. He did freeze. It wasn't my fault this time. Wasn't my fault. Uh, wasn't my fault this time. I got the new internet, so it must be down here because he just took himself out this time. All right, remember, send monetary love to Dr. Valentine, please. I'm gonna get his email again. I think it's Kenneth Earth at Gmail for PayPal if you want to do that. We're going to bring him back in as soon as he come back in. We start asking questions. You know what it is. Just want to remind everybody, this has a disclaimer. Content disclaimer: views and comments and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors, because I have sponsors that I got to show respect to. All right, so he hasn't come back up yet. Still waiting for him. Everybody be patient. I see Kevin Livingston. Oh, what's up, Kevin? Big up to Kev all the time, fellow Aquarian. Big up to my cousin Frederica. Big up to Dion, of course, Blue Pill. Big up to them. Hey, Siobhan, how you doing, sis? Everybody that's on Facebook, everybody that's on YouTube. It's 240 of us. Please share, and like. Please, let's set this algorithm off because he got a lot to teach us, man. He got a lot to teach us. And like I said, he fell off. It's not me this time. It's like Shahrazad Ali. That time I didn't have what I got. Thanks to Sanetta, I got this internet link and this Ethernet link. And I'm just waiting for Baba to come back up. Once again, family, like I said earlier, please support our brother. This is the Paradigm Shift 2030 coming up. And if you want to find out information, if you don't make it to this particular webinar, please join his mailing list, and you can make it to the next one at www.uksnow.org and join the mailing list or contact them at 1-800-847-1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. Make sure you contact Baba. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they shut down his whole internet down there in Florida. Oh my goodness, please. Okay, he's coming back up. I think he's coming back up. I believe he's coming up. Baba, you there?
Yes, I am.
Baba, you there? All
yes.
right, there. Woo, they cut you. I thought they eliminated you for a second.
Yeah, they've been doing this regularly in all of my broadcasts. They don't want this truth to be out there. It's all right. We're gonna keep pushing forward.
Yeah, let's keep it pushing. Keep on pushing. Let's keep on pushing.
Come on. A little bit of impressions. I love it.
I can bring it back. I can do it. So, like I said, moving forward, this is 10 years we're talking about, Baba. Yeah. What is it going to be for our people, and what are some of the solutions and how they can prepare themselves, please?
Well, I'm going to go over a few points that our people need to actually deal from, and that is to regain their Aboriginal status by blood. You cannot do it any other way. You can't do it by paper. You can't file in a UCC. You can't file in and get a nationality card. That's not going to work. The nationality card can only have any substance to it if you can prove by blood that your blood actually matches the flora and fauna of the land that you walk upon, which is your land. This land is your land. This land ain't his land. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is the status that you must achieve has to be in line with Earth, because right now you are in a maritime situation. That's how they got us. We're in a maritime situation, which means we're trying to walk on water like Jesus. It ain't gonna happen. Reason why we sink to the bottom is because we don't have our feet planted square on terra firma, because we do not and have not yet assumed title to this land. And to do that, you must do it by blood.
Mm.
So once that happens and that has been achieved, and you have that status, then you no longer are a debtor. You are now a creditor. And as a creditor, you can create money and you can actually do business on the creditor side, which is on the asset side. And until you are outside of that system and you remove yourself from the debt system, which means the one that is being controlled through your ens legis, or the one being controlled through your so-called straw man, once you have removed yourself from that particular imprisonment, that paper prison, I call it, once you remove yourself from that and you begin to notify all of the corporate entities that are actually running their game on your land as invaders and as squatters, once you have actually attested to your status and you have your status by blood, then they recognize you at this time. They not only recognize you here, they recognize you internationally through treaty and so forth. Now, again, people say, well, why you want to deal with treaties? Because this European has never been one to honor any treaties.
Right.
Well, the thing about it is, unless we have some standing, we are going to definitely go the way of those who you see they're preparing to wipe out. And that is why they're getting the vaccines together. This is why this beast is trying to crop the people, because they want to survive, first of all.
Yes, sir.
They want to survive, and it's not going to happen. Now they have their own little young white children are turning against them, against the ones that are actually doing that. But the young whites, as well as the young blacks who are in the Antifas and the Black Lives Matter and all this, they're being duped. They're what they call the useful idiots. And these useful idiots are actually helping the globalists to assume control of this territory before we can actually gain and actually hold on to this particular territory and call it our own. Meanwhile, all monies are going to be folded over. For instance, the reason why you don't see any coins, that they're talking about a coin shortage, is because the Federal Reserve has been defunct for the last, year? They're holding on by a string. There's no more coins, and plus there was no more silver or gold that were actually coined. They weren't actually minting real silver. They were minting pewter and little pieces of lead, thin pieces of lead. If you notice, have you ever listened to how money drops on the ground? Remember how it used to sound? Bing, ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
To have a ping to it. Now it's a
the alloys, all the alloys.
Yeah, it's crap. It's bull. It's garbage. So there's going to be a lack of coin now because they're getting ready to go on the cryptocurrency system, the one that the CIA created. So we are being prepared for that. But once you remove yourself from the system and you come on to the system that I'm going to be, hopefully this Sunday, having enough information to let everybody know where to go, because I'm not going to get too deeply involved with it. There's so much to cover, but I will be guiding you to where you need to go in order for you to have your Aboriginal status done. It's a very important step, trust me, in actually gaining the necessary tools to estrange yourself from the system.
Okay. Now, Baba, I didn't get that PayPal. What's the PayPal email so I can put it up?
The PayPal is Kemet, Kemet, Earth, EARTH @gmail.com.
Got it. At gmail.com.
That's
Got
correct.
it. So
PayPal.
Those people that want to show love overseas, you can actually do that because they can't do Cash App. So for PayPal, please go to kemetearth@gmail.com. That's kemetearth@gmail.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Baba, you've been teaching metaphysics for so long, and you've been teaching it older than my oldest child, who's 31. So
yeah.
but you know, it's interesting. You're saying that we gotta get nationalized through the blood, which I know that's what they used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
Stab the blood on things. I know that's, and as a matter of fact, I want to share. When I was angry with my father, I actually wrote a letter to him with all red ink representing the blood.
Right.
And I painted my finger and put my print on it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I was angry. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, but where does the metaphysics or the spirituality connects with this? Because one person just hit me up today and said, "Where and how can I get my proclamation and nationality ID done?" He wants to
Well,
know how to do this. And
yeah, I have. They haven't given me the number yet. I've been talking with them, and they're
Okay.
going to give me the number before the actual program. I'm going to most likely, if I get it. It's been very busy. I've been very, very busy doing this particular PowerPoint and getting ready for this program. But know that if you are looking for that, I will be getting the information once they give me the information that I need to give to you. I'm going to give you the number and how to get to them, because you know that when I give this number out, they're going to be bum rushed.
Yes.
And they're a small group of people, and they'll handle it, but I don't want them overloaded, and I don't want them overwhelmed. And I know they're going to be overwhelmed if I give them the information, but I want them to understand that this is a process. It's not an event.
Right.
Understand that it's not an event, it's a process, which means that once you start the process of actually getting into extracting yourself or extricating yourself from the system, it takes about 2 months, 3 months to do that. There's a lot of paperwork that you have to definitely assign. You have to send. You have over the 16 to 20 contracts you signed and didn't know you signed that contract.
Mm-hmm.
It puts you right into the system. A lot of that. And then there are ways for you to make sure that you notify the defunct IRS. And then once you get onto the private side, now the IRS works for you because they're nothing but bookkeepers.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the people to get in contact with when they give me, and they're set up to take the greater amount of people to come in for their assistance. So until they're ready to take that particular load, I'll wait until they give me what they have to give me. And then once they've given me that,
Right.
I'll give it to everyone else.
So it's important that they join your mailing list on www.uksnow.org. Correct?
That's it. That's it. Good one. Good one.
Or call at 1-800-847-1291.
Yeah,
Yes.
best thing to do is to get on the mailing list, because my wife sends out not the newsletter. We have something called a views letter.
Okay.
Send out views out. So a views letter essentially puts us out there to let you know all about what we have coming up, all of our services. And my wife likes to give little vignettes, like every Wednesday, like today, I think around 8 o'clock, she gives out a short, I think a half hour of natural healing, what best foods to eat, what to do for A, B, and a third, and it's about the Juice Plus JP. I can't say that word.
The JP. Yes. Let's not mess up.
Let's not mess up.
Then I got to put it on my Patreon page.
Yeah, beep, beep, something like that. But anyway, the JP Plus, she dropped it, and she does an excellent job of actually teaching people. And if you are interested in actually becoming a facilitator of health, that's what we talk about. We don't talk about just selling products. We talk about teaching people health. That's my wife. I gave that over to her because I've been slacking off on my health.
And they could call the 1-800 number for that too. 1-800.
Yes, they can. 800 and just specify. But again, please tell them, Brother Simon. Please tell them.
Yes, sir.
Speak clearly.
Yes.
Leave your name twice, the number twice. Speak slowly. And if you have a very complicated name, don't expect me to know how to spell it. Spell it. When somebody calls me from Africa, my name is Inkatapatu, and I'm trying to say, okay, wait a minute. I got to go back and and try to, use what do you call it, phonics, to
Phonics.
try to break down the name. If you have a beautiful, beautiful name that is not the normal John, Peter, Paul, please spell it so I can know how to say it.
Bobby, you remind me of another Trinidadian named Rennie Bishop.
Oh yeah,
he was a big radio personality in Trinidad and New York. But when he used to tell me the same thing when we was on WWRL. Please tell these people to spell out things. Y'all are just so meticulous, meticulous.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, and sometimes somebody calls me, and it's either a woman or a man, and either they're still sleeping or what, but they call and they talk like this. My name is, and I can hardly hear them, and you have no idea how many times I have to replay, just trying to catch it. If I can't catch it, I said, okay, I can't catch it.
But you can't
catch it. There's one of you just say it's my name, and they run off their number. They don't say it. I'm saying, whoa, hold off. Yes. And then there's those who want to pontificate for a half hour before they leave the number. Don't start telling me your problems on an answering machine.
Yeah,
please.
They give a whole justification.
Yeah, and I usually have like 20 calls, and this one person is telling me their life story, and I'm waiting for the number. I want to be polite because Mama taught me to be polite.
Yes.
And listening out, but after a while. If you're just calling me to start talking, because you're lonely, get a puppy or something.
A cat.
Don't call my line thinking that my line is going to call you back. That's an answering service. It's not my line.
I know. You know what's so funny? I asked people to send questions in my community on YouTube, and one guy just wrote this long dissertation of questions, and I'm like, you're serious? I said, I just texted him your email. I just sent him your email. Yeah. You hit him up on email with that, please. Thank you very much. All that is not necessary. Now, before we go, I want to move on. I want to say something about you and Bobby have a certain perspective, different perspective on how you teach metaphysics. And I remember Bobby Hemmett, and somebody just asked, how's Bobby Hemmett doing? I don't know if you keep in contact or you're hearing anything about him.
Nobody's heard anything from him. Nobody. Exactly. Not even what's his name?
Not even Panic. Yeah. Not even Panic.
Not even Panic. Yeah.
I spoke to him.
Hoping he's all right.
Yeah. I heard he's all right too.
I don't even know if Linda's still with him. I'm see if we can get with Linda. And if anybody knows where Linda is, maybe we could talk with her. She might know.
I'll call Shabazz tomorrow and find out, because Shabazz is usually on it. But I wanted to say something. Bobby said years ago, he said, we did all of that stuff back in the day. Maybe we're not supposed to do that anymore. Maybe we're just supposed to get on out of here. What do you think about that statement? What do you think about that statement? That Bobby
He's right. Some of us are teaching super seniors. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And, I'm tired. I'm 70.
Dr. Africa said the same thing, sir. Please don't do that. He told me the same. He's tired, and that's why he really wanted to.
Yeah, he left, but he left his way. I'm going to leave my way. I'm going to leave to plan, to build something instead of just talking to everybody now. It's time for me to build. After 40 years of doing this, the next 40 is going to be about building edifices, building institutions that will last, and staffing them with the students that came from out of the school of Bobby, the school of Delbert.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? These young people are looking for something to do. They're looking for something to build upon. And nobody has given them anything to build upon. Every time we get something, for instance, we don't even have a proper funerary service. Even when our great elders pass on, we still got to take them to a Christian church.
Yes.
We don't have the ancient rituals like the head of our language department at the university is Dr. Ricchetti.
Amen.
And she has the entire funerary process for us when we want to make our transition.
Right.
I want to be able to teach that to the next 10 generations. That's why I put it at 2030. Now, a lot of people, you see 2020 here, a lot of people thought I was joking back in 1992, 93, back in 1995. And back in 2000 and 2005, 10, I kept saying, when 2020 comes, we're going to see clearly. Remember?
Yes.
I was saying that for the last 10 years.
Yep.
Now everybody thought that they've come up with some old tapes of mine
Yep.
where I said about 2020 we'll be seeing clearly. But isn't that what's happening now?
Yes,
Look
sir.
at all of the revelations that's taking place. We're finally finding out who it is that's killing and eating and stealing our babies. We're finding out who's full of it and what's been really going on behind the scenes in government. We're finding out all of what's going on with the church. It's not that it hasn't been known, it hasn't been popularly known. The people haven't had this. You know how much money the deep state is now putting out to try to block and try to hire people to stop people like myself and Bobby
Yes.
and Panic and the Duke of Tears. All of these people that are actually hired to go and comb through YouTube to make sure that they put down materials to start things that will take you away from the subject matter that you're discussing. There are people who are hired by the government, shills and trolls, to seed confusion, the way you see Antifa with all these little white kids coming into black neighborhoods as if they really care about Floyd or any of these people. They're hired by Soros.
Right.
He's got an application on his website. Do you want to be an agitator? You get $20 an hour. You got some kid over there scratching his scrotum in his grandmother's basement. He ain't got nothing to do. Are you kidding? Except his video games, and you done gave him a job. You're giving him employment now to do. That's all he knows. Now he can go out there, mask himself, go into black community, and put Black Lives Matter all over the walls of the black community, destroy black businesses, and destroy the businesses that were helping black people, or at least had some kind of outlet where black people can go get food. Ain't nobody really thinking about all of this. These people are not part of any kind of, I am so sorry what happened to Floyd. They're there, they're hired in order to bring Trump down in 2020. Trust me.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is.
You know, Baba, a lot of people don't know that you're the founder, director, and pastor of the Temple of Healing Spirit. And a lot of people are going through a lot, especially in this 2020. And I always tell people from last year that 2020 adds up to that number 4 that deals with mental and protecting your mind. And you got to stay motivated and keep on. What do you suggest, and what are some of the practices that our people should repetitiously do to keep our spirits up and our healing, to continue our healing? Because we're constantly healing. All of us are traumatized here in the West and around the world. Yeah. How should they do this? How should they keep on working on their healing spirit, brother?
Excellent question. Yes. The thing is, we wake up to do the same thing.
Yes.
If we wake up in the redundancy, that's the thing that one of my teachers told me, that if you get into a habit and say, if you just want to chant something every day, what you're doing is you're trapping your mind in the chant, or you're trapping your mind in that thing. Every day is new. When you open your eyes 24 hours, 8 hours later, there is something else that can be done other than the routine that you've become accustomed to. And we're not looking for something else to do. We're looking for the comfort of what we have either accomplished, or the comfort of what it is that we know will assure us of a paycheck, or the comfort of whatever it is we know will give us a reward from someone. We are not trying to go beyond what it is that we have. But a lot of times, the government and the system does not give us the chance to explore ourselves. That's why, what we've been doing for so long, you and all the brothers that are out there that's giving positive content to the airwaves, you're giving people something to do, something to look forward to, but the people can get trapped by that. They can become trapped by becoming addicted or creating an appetite they cannot satiate, because they need to hear what you have to say rather than what the inner voice is telling them. And they're always looking for someone else to tell them what's inside of their own heads. And why school does, the university, when I teach metaphysical psychology, is to reconnect with that silent voice, the voice that whispers. We got so much noise going on in our heads that we don't listen to the whisper that the true self essentially has a conversation with us. It is constantly having a conversation with us, but we're not listening. We're too busy listening to what the thoughts are saying, and these thoughts are artificial. They're trapped in time. They're always looking for attention, but you're never examining them for whether or not they even are worthy of staying in there. They're still in there. You got thoughts tinged with emotions of hate, emotions of greed, emotions of jealousy. And each one of your thoughts has an imprint of an emotional signature. And each one of these thoughts are essentially emotionally motivating you to consistently feed them. And the more you feed a thought, the stronger it grows. And the more it grows, the more locked into that you become. The more judgmental you become, the more defensive you become. So what we want to do when I teach at my university, and there are exercises in estranging yourself from that need to consistently have a conversation with that thought that's looking for attention. You're always looking for attention. So once you come to the stillness in your mind and in your heart, and you examine your thoughts, you do an inventory of your thoughts to see what it is that will enhance you, that will support you, that will nurture you, and then leave all the other thoughts that want the attention, and they'll start to die. My father always say, you want to get rid of an evil, put something good in its place.
Yes.
It always, because evil needs a lot of energy to exist. Because it's so contrary to the balance of Ma'at. It needs a lot of energy. So the less energy you give to that thought that you know doesn't belong there, the more it will scream the way that an appetite or the way that a drug addict would always go into the bends and have withdrawal symptoms. That's what happens to you when you have withdrawn from your thoughts that keep you locked into a specific paradigm of thinking. You go through withdrawal pains. But then you begin to lose people who are connected to those thinking, that thoughts. You begin to lose friends, and your friends get whittled down to maybe one or two people that you could actually have a conversation with without worrying about them giving you and dumping all kind of crap on you.
That's true.
See? So yeah, that's a very good question. It just you just have to become more vigilant.
And that's why in the study of MIT some years ago, they said it takes 16 positives to knock out one negative. This is over 20 something years they did this study. So Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that's what they do. They do all types of studies. So and people can come to you for counseling and marriage counseling also, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, we do marriage counseling. I do metaphysical consultations.
Yes.
I did study metaphysical psychology, so I'm a psychologist. Matter of fact, I have psychologists from different parts, and brothers and sisters. I have some beautiful students from Harvard and from Yale, and I'm going to be doing a thing with them. They're Black alumnus from Harvard and Yale, and they want to do a kind of a symposium with me over the internet.
Right.
It's going to be beautiful. I have students from MIT, from California Institute. These are young people with brilliant minds, but they don't have that substance. They don't have the spiritual and the metaphysical substance. And once they get that together with the intellect, whoo!
Now you said that. You say that because I heard Dr. Wade Noble. You remember Dr. Wade Noble, our dear brother. He said European psychology is really nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's really and say it again. Yeah, what you said?
Vacuous.
Yes, exactly. He stated that just recently on Michael Imhotep's show today about that, because I know he's also into that, and that's why he said he's not that anymore. He's more of a therapist in a certain way, but but I understand that so metaphysics psychology is different than what Europeans is trying to teach. Please.
That's the thing. You hit it, man. You hit it right on the head.
Yes.
Metaphysical psychology starts with the spirit. It doesn't start with the defunct mind. It doesn't start with you thinking there's something wrong with you.
Yes.
See, that's what the European is always looking to fight, some kind of demon, because essentially he got nothing but demons around him. He's consistently around demons, consistently taking and needing everybody to pay attention to him constantly. If you don't, then he'll start a war with you and then say, well, I'm coming here for your benefit. Pay attention to me. I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. Freud was interesting. And the reason why they don't teach him in school anymore, because I have some psychology students and psychiatry students as well. And the reason why they don't teach much of what Freud has to say is because Freud was a clinician. And as a clinician, he would take you through steps, and he would definitely do it one-to-one. He would be investigating through experimentation. Whereas some of these newer ones that came along, they don't really do clinical work in psychology. What they do is that they do what we call philosophical psychology. Psychology is philosophy. It's another form of philosophy. It's a more practical application of philosophy. In fact, what I told my students at MIT is that quantum physics is philosophy. All they're doing is putting mathematical equations to the hypothetical mind. And what they're doing is they got their little squiggles, and they put down their little squiggles to mean what they think they mean. And essentially, our ancestors did it on the walls already. So what's happening is metaphysical psychology goes into the causal plane.
Okay.
It does not study the effectual. And when you are dealing with psychiatry and psychology, most people are studying the effects without understanding the root intention of the cause. And that's why I tell my students when they come is that when you're dealing with metaphysical psychology, it's a rewording of reality. In other words, we've been taught to describe surfaces, car, chair, boat, blah, blah, and we're looking at the surface of something. But metaphysical psychology and the study of cause is a language that will then help you to articulate and delineate the causal plane. So there's a difference between the surface, which is descriptive, and the essential, which is definitional. So there's a difference between the surface description and the essential definition. And the study of metaphysics and metaphysical psychology is the study of the essential definition and how that equates with your thinking process.
And delving into that, those that are just tuning in, you know who we got online. If you don't know, you've been on the rock for 30 years, that's your business. But it is our Baba, the Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine. Go to his website, www.uksnow.org. Join Dr. Valentine's mailing list just in case you don't get in on the webinar this coming Sunday. You'll get on the next one. Contact him via the 1-800-847-1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. For monetary love gifts, use Cash App at $Sanu7 or PayPal. That's chemitearth@gmail.com. Baba, how does the metaphysics psychology pan out for young people that have lost their mom or their dad at a young age and don't seem to get it, don't seem to catch on? Because a lot of people are painting, and people that I've done consultations from, and I have to send them to you or send them to certain people because I know they're painting and they need more deeper. That's beyond my pay grade, so to speak. So I just direct them to people like you. How do you deal with people that have lost and still holding on to that loss?
Well, you know what? You're going to get to my age one day, and you're going to end up being me that somebody's going to send them to you. So, don't just put it to me. You practicing to be me.
Yes, sir.
Another. So, no, it's very difficult because we have ties to those people we love. When I lost my father, and I didn't lose them when they made their transition, it was a loss for me. It was sometimes you have to stop for a minute and think about the fact that they're not here right now. But the very fact that you stopped for that moment and a flush came over you that you wanted to think of them means that they were there. They were communicating through your DNA, because your DNA and the what we call the generational DNA. There's a stream of consciousness that has a particular DNA coding and a particular DNA imprint that's based upon the familial imprint. And you keep coming through. If you do wish to come through, you keep coming through that particular genetic line. Now, as if you have a very strong connection in that genetic line, then you get messages and information, because energy doesn't die. You got to know that. That's the thing that most people forget, that energy doesn't die. It simply changes, or it has a whole other form or other intensity or resonance. And so when you have loved ones who you are constantly keeping in thought, you're opening up that line of communication to them, and they're listening to you, but they want to know that you're not lamenting and crying. That's the thing that keeps them there. That's the thing that keeps them coming to you, because that parental energy doesn't die very quickly. It stays. It ferments. And sometimes that's where we see ghosts, apparitions, because we lock on to that emotional part of us, because the emotional body is something that is necessary for us to even procreate. Your emotional body has to be strong in order for you to even procreate. So that emotional energy is the tie-in. It's almost like the lifeline or the umbilical to them. And you can also be connected to grandmother, grandfather, depending on how strong your genetic, I guess, projection through your thinking. But again, it's very difficult to say, here's what you have to do, because I'll tell you, everybody is different. And to approach someone, to get to them where they get an aha moment at your teaching, at what you're saying, you have to listen more than you have to talk. And listening to the voice, to the inflection, to the way they speak their sentences, to the way they start a sentence, shut it off, and go to another sentence, you're getting a map of the way that their synapses are working, where the memory is, where they're digging for that memory. And as you listen, you're being told subconsciously and subtextually by the language, just like someone can read what the brainwave patterns of someone is by their signature. That's what we do. I usually do graphology, and you can tell by the way that they have their strokes, what they do, where they do, how they cross their T's and dot their I's. You can tell what's in their consciousness, because they're actually following the pattern of where their brains are going, right? The brain is at a specific way, and they're following. You notice that when you're writing, say for instance, you're writing a letter, you don't ever, you're writing and you're saying, wait a minute, I don't usually write like this. No, it looks horrible. And then all of a sudden one day you're writing and it's beautiful. Well, it's because you're actually writing in accordance with the way your brainwave pattern is working. So I tell the people, be mindful of the fact that whatever memories you hold of your loved ones, make sure that it's one of joy. Because you're going to feed yourself or you're going to starve yourself.
Those that are just tuning in, of course, we have our beloved Elder Baba. I know this man for too long, man. I don't even know what to call him no more, but I'm gonna call him my Baba forever. Because I know his family. I know, I just know what it is.
Good. Thank you.
For monetary love, please send him some cash app. Even if you don't send me, it's all right. Send Sanu, because he has a university, has an online university at $Sanu7. For more information about Dr. Valentine's next webinar on Sunday, July 19th. And if you don't make it on this one, please join his website. I'll put that up again. Please join his website. Join the website. Join the mailing list. And you can call them also for consultation, like what he just spoke on. He is a doctor and he is certified for these types of consultation. Call him and his beautiful Empress at 1-800-847-1291. I'll say it again, slower. 1-800-847-1291. And again, for monetary love gift, Cash App, $Sanu7, or PayPal, Kemet Earth gmail. Somebody asked in the community, says this is a reference to Don Juan and Carlos Castaneda. The information, Castaneda, the information presented in the book Art of Dreaming. Have you ever found your hand consciously falling asleep and actively participating in the dream world?
Yes.
Oh man. And then he said, I asked because I have been able to do this on more than a few occasions, but I have stopped because I cannot find anyone to talk about my experience, and I feel I'm messing with the science that I do not fully understand. So maybe this guy should come and talk to you, because you've been there.
He sounds like he needs to be at my university. I studied with Carlos, and matter of fact, one of the
what? You studied with Carlos?
I studied Carlos Castaneda's works.
Yes.
And one of the women who worked with that circle came to the gathering of the masters.
Wow.
And she told us all about Carlos, that he left and became a fry cook. He didn't want to be bothered with the world anymore, so he went from place to place, being a cook.
Wow.
But I know about Carlos's people. They have a whole school down in New Mexico,
right,
where they teach the Yaqui way of knowledge. And she came to the gathering of the masters back in 1994, 95, 3 or 4, I think it was then. And she told us all about what Carlos did and where Carlos was, and how he was a cook. And he even showed us a picture, because he didn't take many pictures. And but I studied, I think, just in case anybody was interested, he should start off with a Yaqui way of knowledge. I'm just telling the people so that they are on the same page. Start off with a book by Carlos Castaneda called A Yaqui Way of Knowledge. Then go to Journey to Ixtlan, Ixthlan, Journey to Ixtlan. Then after that, try Tales of Power. That was one of my favorite books. Tales of Power. And there was a Separate Reality. Those are the books that I thought were the best books. Those were one of his best. Those were 4 of his best books for me.
Bobby, you've read so many books. You've read over 4,000 or 3,000. I don't know.
Yeah, it was about 3,500.
3,500, and you're still reading, But let's not be remiss about this book. Let me put this up in the front. This is Baba's book here. Now, this book here is about a good 600 some odd pages. The Wounded Womb. Make sure you order this you can order this on your website, right, Baba?
Yes, I believe so. Yes, my wife is the one who set everything up there. Yeah,
I'm still going through it. I'm not gonna front. I ain't gonna say I read the whole book and front. I don't.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But
the next one I'm putting out is over 1,000 pages.
No,
that one is. It's funny, because this is a story behind that. That book is book number 4. If you look at it.
Yes,
it says book number 4.
Yes.
And as book number 4, I had to stop what I was doing with book number 1, because at the time when I was with Queen Afua, there was a epidemic of women coming in with fibroid tumors and all types of cancers of the uterus and prolonged menses and so forth. So I wrote little booklets for that grew exponentially into what you see there now. And that I did in, I think, 2008. I put out that final edition, and what happens is that page, the first book was called Cosmic Codex, Book of the Earth. I did a lecture called Book of the Earth, and it was from the book my book and the notes that I was doing that I actually did that lecture. But that book, is, I had to put a stop to it, because they ran me out of Crown Heights.
Who ran you out of Crown Heights?
We used to keep them up at night. That you used to get the drums going into 2 and 3. And we were right next door to them, so they did everything they could to get rid of us, cops, everything. But the thing is that the books that I had, there's 7. If you notice, it's one of 7.
Yes.
That's book number 4. Book number 1 is the Cosmic Codex, book number 2, I believe, I was working on, and that's the Arcanum Hygienum. This was the book on metaphysical hygienics.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one called The Path of the Virtuous Man, which is book number 7, because I did the Wounded Womb. And Khalid said, well, what about the persecuted penis?
Yeah, Khalid would say that because that's my brother.
I told him, I said, he called me to the side. He said, but brother, what are you going to do about your brothers? I said, I'm working on it, man. But I said, this is the one that they needed. We need to. I said, you're not going to tell me that you're going to be a remiss about me uplifting the earth and telling the earth, the woman that the seed where we, I gave him the whole spiel.
Yeah, I know. But he wants the balance, and that's kind of.
Yeah, I know. But we used to meet down in Atlanta at the store.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss Dr. Khalid. That was my
boy. Khalid was something else.
He was a soldier for real. He was a real soldier.
A big brother. And nobody would mess with us because we had a big brother, and that was him. Yeah, you know how he used to fight and he used to get my big brother.
Yep.
Khalid.
And he was, and they had to get him out because after what happened to Harlem, and Khalid was still here, that Harlem wouldn't have turned over gentrified so quickly.
As soon as that creature, that little bent dick son of a bitch, moved into Harlem.
Which one?
Talking about Clinton.
Oh, okay. Well, let me put this disclaimer up. Go ahead. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers on this channel do not necessarily reflect and represent the views and opinions held by this podcast and its sponsors. Good. I just want to cover myself. I'm not into the foolishness.
Yeah, right.
Because we know what it is. We know
what it was, and so when he moved in, that's when Khalid became endangered.
Yes.
And I'm glad that what he said and did to his son, get him out of there.
Yeah,
that was a good move.
Oh yes, I spoke to Dr. Farrah Gray, and Farrah Gray said Khalid always that his father. Oh, and people keep on hating on him, and I speak to him on a personal level, and he said Khalid. He said I don't know who to trust.
Right.
He said he don't know who to trust, and he said he told me that Doc said to be himself because even since he was 8, 9 years old, he always wanted to be an entrepreneur. He was just doing security because he was with his father, but he was helping his father. But he always wanted to be this entrepreneur, and now he's starting to open up about his father when people thought he was hiding and he got paid off by the Jews. They're saying all kind of foolishness, but I know the truth because I know people that was with him and supported him since he was young all the way to now. So
He told me that in Atlanta, when he said about, what about the persecuted penis and so forth, he said, what am I going to tell my son? What are you going to have? What are you going to write for my son? What are you going to write for my children, our children, our sons?
Yes.
And I said, I'm going to teach straight up 1-to-1, to them, and hopefully they get it. And, at that point, he had his own thing to do. I was just sad the way, he would have been one hell of an icon had he stayed for us, because he took no quarters. He took no prisoners. Back in the day, what Big Man used to say, I used to come to take heads.
Brother Big Man.
Yeah, Brother Big Man. He used to say that I used to come to take heads. Nah, Khalid was the head taker. Tell you the truth.
Yes. He was the pit bull, like Dr. Minister Farrakhan called him. He said he was a pit bull. He was definitely he called him a beautiful black stallion.
Stallion.
He called him a beautiful black shiny stallion. That's what Dr. Minister Farrakhan called him. But I'm not gonna keep you long because I know you're busy, Baba. I know you got to prepare for this particular webinar, and the next one is going to be another 8 hours. I already got my seat for this webinar this weekend, so I'm glad I got in. And again, family. Baba, there's so much. I know you can go on, but I'm not gonna do it to you. I'm not gonna do it to myself.
Again, but I have so much to do, so much to catch up on.
Yes.
Most of it is just research and then putting it into a format that people will understand. And let me just say this before closing.
Go ahead.
My webinar is going to go through stages. It'll have solutions.
Yes.
In different ways, countermeasures.
Yes.
But it's a teaching about what's going on behind the scenes. A lot of people may not want to hear what I got to say when it comes to me breaking down what's really going on behind the scenes that you can't trust. For instance, the whole Kennedy assassination may have been a hoax, and that they may have played that till we could actually have a Messiah or something to prepare us for 20 years from now. And here we are at this point, bringing back what might be his son still alive. So we may be setting up a kind of Messiah scenario around that. So there are things that are going on right now, arrests that are happening of your favorite movie stars, favorite musicians. Now that they've, for instance, I'll just say this: when they take the test for COVID, the COVID that they released into the western part of the United States, into Hollywood,
Yes.
had a specific marker because they put the COVID in the adrenochrome. And if you are tested positive for COVID and they find that marker, they know you're doing adrenochrome and that you're complicit in the capture, kidnapping, sacrificing, and killing of children.
What is adrenochrome? Please explain that. I'm not...
It is the accelerated material that the adrenals create when fear or great anxiety is taking place. So this is why they torture the children, so that in the torturing process, the body releases a hell of a lot of the adrenal materials that congeals. Now, the sick part about it is that the adrenochrome of young black children, babies, is richer and creamier. And what they call that is walnut sauce. And this is some of the, I'm going to open up, because that's just part of it. There's a whole whole language around these pedophiles.
Like Pizzagate, right? Like what Pizzagate was all about.
Yeah. That's just the surface.
That's just
you got to see the entire language that they got.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Whew, Baba, look, look, it is now 15 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on the East Coast and 15 minutes after the hour everywhere around the world.
Yes,
please go to www.uksnow.org and join Dr. Valentine's mailing list. Just in case you can't make it in July 19th, I already got my seats. I will be there for that one. But like he said, it's an overflow. So now if you want to get ready for the next one and you want to be part of the next one, please go to that website, join the mailing list so they can send you all the necessary information. Contact them, him and his beautiful Empress, by 1-800-847 1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. And remember, monetary love is important. Spread love. Spread love. The gift. That's the Brooklyn way. That's where me and Bob is from. Brooklyn way is spreading love. Get that gift.
You're gonna get me to start singing in a minute. You know,
I still can sing, so I ain't playing with you. The love gift.
Yeah.
The love gifts. Cash App. $Sanu7 and also PayPal. You can send PayPal. Those from overseas that can't do Cash App, do the PayPal. That's kemitearth@gmail.com. That's kemitearth@gmail.com. There's over 280, 300 people in the house now. Show him some love and stop playing, family. And please, what's the name of your wife's book? Please, let's share that with them.
7 Steps to Healing and Wellness.
7 Steps to Healing and Wellness.
Go to lulu.com. LULU.com, and in there just put down 7 steps to healing and wellness. Just write that out, but put the number 7. Don't spell it. Put the number 7 steps to healing and wellness, and then it'll come up. You'll see Dr. Nalani Valentine. That's her book. It's small, about 200 pages, but it is jam-packed with beauty. There's people who got it, carry it in their book bag, it's so that they can read it because it's so inspirational.
Wellness. And that's 7 steps to healing and wellness, right?
Correct. Using the Kabbalion as your guide.
Yes. Dr. Nalani, that's right. Make sure people, y'all get his wife's book. Of course, it's all about Healing and Wellness, 7 Steps to Healing and Wellness by Dr. Nalani Valentine. Believe that. Also, you could check out their website. Go to the website. Okay, we just had up there. Go to the website. Please show them love, and please show them at the uksnow.org. The book is on the website, and his book is on the website. Of course, I got The Wounded Womb. I'm telling you, and he got much more coming out. I got a few other another book, but that's old stuff. But I can't wait. But Bob, I want to thank you and all that you've done and how you've helped everyone out there on multiple levels, not only in the metaphysics world, but you've helped people in the holistic world. You've helped people in other worlds, man, that people don't even know. Music world, all of that, brother. So thank you very much for what you've done for over the years, my brother. And I want to make sure I give you a round of applause like I do to everybody else before they get off my channel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved. Thank you for the opportunity to address the family. Thank you.
That's easy. We usually bring you in town. You know how that works.
Yeah, I know. Too old to travel right now, but
yes, sir.
I'll get it up one time. And I'm hoping to see everybody soon. I'm going to make a visit to New York, but I'll make the announcement and let you know.
Yes,
and,
sir.
But when the time comes, I'll come to New York, and I want to do it after certain things have happened, so that people who come, they can come for free. We just sit.
You did tell me that. You did tell me. One more thing. What do you think about the new spike of this COVID in Florida now? What are they trying to do? Stop us from coming down?
They're trying to interrupt the actual voting process. In other words, they're telling you that there's going to cause a spread of the COVID-19. It's all a lot of nonsense. What they're doing is in training you, they're causing you to believe that something so small can be stopped by a mask, when the mask itself, as I'm going to show in the lecture, is dangerous for you to be putting on your face. Just to also let everybody know,
yes, please.
I'm going to be playing a lot of recordings of specialists and people who have, who know what time it is. I'm going to give them a little bit of opportunity. So some of the time that I'm going to be doing is listening to what people have to say about it, because it's going to tie into the lesson plan that I have for that day. So yes, make sure that you don't let anybody, especially if you're down here in Florida, don't go for the okie doke. They want you to stay away from voting and all that. Yet still, they don't mind you getting together to rabble rouse and throw rocks and stuff.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. My wife just came back from Louisiana, and she's on the plane. They have people standing 5-6 feet apart in the airport to get on the plane, but yet still you're sitting 2 feet from each other. Ridiculous.
And they shut down the Puerto Rican parade. They shut down the gay parade. They shut down the West Indian Carnival parade in here in New York.
Yeah, I know. And that is simply manufacturing consent to the people so that they will start the lockstep based on fear.
But Baba, they said the BLM, Black Lives Matters, can still march.
Yes. So you can see what's going on. It's a game. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I shout when I leave stores and I see everybody with masks. I shout, they're not masks, they're muzzles.
Yes, sir. I got it. Well, Baba, once again, thank you very much, Baba. Thank you. All the time. Thank you. And you get some rest. I know you've been up studying, brother, but I know you ain't getting no rest anyway. I know you ain't getting no rest. No.
I'm not going to, not for a while.
Yes, sir. All right, Bobby, we'll talk, all right?
Yes, sir.
All the time. Thank you. Hotel. That's our beautiful Baba, man. All the time we're showing him enough respect. Again, him and his beautiful wife got great books online. 7 Steps to Wellness, Healing and Wellness by Dr. Nalani Valentine. And of course, this book right here, The Wounded Womb by Dr. Phil Valentine. Go to their website, uksnow.org. This is a thick ass book. When I'm telling you, it's a referral book. It's a reference book to me, because I got to go in and study. I mean, he's going into all the years that he's done. But www.uksnow.org, and join Dr. Valentine's mailing list or contact him via 1-800-847-1291. That's 1-800-847-1291, and show him some monetary love. Give him that monetary love gift. Use Cash App, that's $Sanu7, or PayPal at kemetert@gmail.com. So yeah, I'm looking for property down there in Florida. So, you know, I've been talking to him about it, mentioning it to my father and a few other friends, trying to find that property and make sure I'm near water. I don't care. Even if there's a tsunami coming, if it's time for me to go in a tsunami, good, no problem. I got this. We know what it is. I'm focused. I'm not going to let nobody stop me from getting what I got to get for me and my family and my legacy, because legacy still continues. And, man, was that a good show or not, family? Was that a good show? Let's give Baba a round of applause again. Woo, Lord. Woo, Lord. Hercules. Stop acting like Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. But he tore the place down as usual. He does it on Brother Richard's show. He does it on anybody's show, Brother Sanetta's show and platform. Oh, man, please, again, 1-800 is his number. 847 is his number. 1291 is his number. That's 1-800-847-1291. 1-800-847-1291. Make sure you contact Baba and get a consultation with him, get a marriage consultation with him, get the books, get on his webinars, join his next webinar. Since this one is sold out, join his next webinar. And please, like I said, show him that monetary love. That's right, at Sanu7. That's $Sanu7, SUNNU7, or PayPal at Kemet Earth. That's KEMETEARTH@gmail.com. Yeah, family. That's what we do. We are family. I got all my Babas with me. Yeah, man. I ain't playing with none of y'all. I ain't playing. Don't let me start singing. My son got that lane now. I ain't doing that no more. But moving forward, just want to remind y'all that this coming Saturday, for more information about Saturday, July the 18th, guess what? This Saturday at 7 p.m., the world premiere. Go to www.happyfilm.com. That's www.happyfilm.com. Get your front row tickets, because Baba Jeffrey's in there, Professor Smalls is in there, Infodici is in there, Dr. Patricia Newton is in there, Dr. Salaj Ashby is in there. I mean, a whole bunch of great people. Just go to happyfilms.com, and see the cast members that in there. They over like 20 of them. So make sure you big up to Brother Taki and Sister Felicia, our Brother Rock, and the whole crew from Happy Films and the whole family over there. And the world premiere is going to be on all your devices, but they want you to sit around with your family and enjoy the educational economic development of Kemet, all the way to how it reflects what's going on today in this world right now, and why we need to bring it back and show that love about the finances that we get. Also, just want to remind you, this coming Friday, bang! This coming Friday, July the 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Professor James Smalls is going to be promoting Happy, but we're going to talk about the importance of controlling your own narrative. We got to control our own narrative. That's a word I hear people like Red and Blue throw around, and people like A.A. Rashid throw around, and all the great ones. Big up to those Metaphysical Messiahs also, because Messiah only means anointed. You and your family, if you're into consciousness, you're a Metaphysical Messiah. If you're into and you see your family not doing it, you're a Metaphysical Messiah, because you've been anointed with the internal knowledge, the inner knowledge to do what you're doing. That's why I do Numerovation. I couldn't just do numerology no more, not coming from the life that I came from. So I had to put my motivational life and history, studying under Les Brown and studying other various motivational speakers, and then put it into my numerology. And now I made it Numerovation. So it's all about motivating you with your numbers. So if you want to see Professor Smalls, July the 17th, right here on King Simon Present at 9 p.m., check him out. On July the 19th, martial arts with Sister Zahalia. Martial arts, see Sanukas all the way. With Sanukas all the way. This is what Soke Little John used to show us. back in the day. And Professor Moses Powell used to show us. GM Anthony Muhammad used to show us. We be striking and hitting. That's how we just don't stop. Big up to Khalik Hassan and big up to all the masters from out of Sanukas that I learned under from back in the 90s, all of the, that I watched on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I was hands-on. Brother Wade, Anthony Muhammad, and Soki Lilian used to beat us with this big old bamboo stick back in the day on our stomach. They used to walk on our stomach running. We had to do flying rollouts. Off of stages and over chairs and all kinds of stuff on hardwood floor. And they would take us from the mat to hardwood floors to the concrete on the street. I guess that's why I have a little back issue right now, but but I'm working on that. Planks really help you out with your banks. I do a lot of planks now. I'm doing a lot of 2 to 5 minute plank. So Professor Zahalia Anderson will be in the building. Women in martial arts, why it's important that women study some form of martial arts, whether it's the soft art of Tai Chi or the strong art of Tai Chi, or whether they study Jiu-Jitsu, because Jiu-Jitsu is the gentle art, but it deals with locks and joints, and we breaking things. Once we get a lock and a joint or get into you, boy, we breaking it. That's why I tell people, leave me alone. Don't put your hands on. Like Dr. Moses Powell always would say, once you touch me, I got you. Once you touch me, I'm already on you. I've got this, and I'm already twisting and got you on a lock. That's just what Doc taught us. Big up to Dr. Moses, late great Dr. Moses Powell. He's on my altar right here. But Sister Zahalia will be here on the 19th, showing us some skills or just talking to us about why it's important for our sisters to get into martial arts. On Wednesday, July the 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our sister Malika Ali will be in the building teaching about building immunity, building that body immunity. She trained under Dr. Africa. She studied Dr. Mawata Ashby. She studied with Ma'a from Dr. Sabi's wife. She studied Dr. Sabi. She studied and of course she's under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I'm gonna ask a question on how they all have different contrasts, but they all support one another. So Sister Malika Ali will be here with us on Wednesday, July the 22nd. Now, ladies, you need a natural gynecologist? This is the lady for you, pedalwise.com. That's www.pedalwise.com. If you got cysts or tumors or going through certain things with the breastises, and all that kind of stuff, this sister here can hook you up. Save 10% with the coupon code, King Simon's coupon code. That's right, King 2020. That's the coupon code, and you'll save 10% off everything that you buy. I'm telling you. So King 2020, pedalwise.com. Place your order and then tag at pedalwise or hashtag on all social media platforms. So big up to the Black owned and operated pedalwise.com. Big up to Brother Tito and big up to Sister Dr. McCabe for putting up a great website and also allowing me to be part of this coupon code thing. I'm so respectful and loving of them. So thank y'all very much. Also, family, just want to remind y'all, if y'all missed out, did not tell you, Dr. Valentine is having his workshop. That's right, he is having his workshop. So if you want to find out more about the webinars and the upcoming ones, please go to www.uksnow.org. And Sunday, July 19th. And remember, there's going to be another one after that. So if you don't make it in for Sunday, July 19th, bang, make sure you go to his website, join his mailing list. And that's what you're going to find out. You're going to get all the information about the next one coming up. So make sure you join his website or give him a call at 1-800-847-1291. That's 1-800-847-1291. And like I said, give him some monetary love. Sanu7, that's $Sanu7 at Cash App, PayPal, that's Kemet Earth at Gmail. If you're outside of the United States, make sure you show them some love, okay? And I need all my family out there. I want y'all to read this carefully. I need my audience to choose the cover for my new book called Numerovation for Mental Stability. Please email your choice of either number one. This is number one. This is number two. This is the choices. This is number two for the book cover, and this is number three for my book cover. This is number three. Let me remove this thing so y'all can see it clearly. Okay, let me show y'all so y'all can see that. That's number three. That's the third one. This is the second one, and this is the first one. Y'all choose which one you want, but you got to email me. So whoever choose whatever, which one ever comes up the most, either 1, 2, or 3, then I'm going to go with that cover. One, this is number 1. If you want that one, here's number 2. And this is number 3 for my book cover. You know I'm feeling this one. So I don't know if y'all feeling this, but I'm feeling this one here because I see the numbers in Roman numerals, all of that stuff. But like I said, this is number 3, this is number 2, and this is number 1. So if you can do me a favor as family, because we are family, you are my audience, please choose one of the new covers, either 1, 2, or 3. Email me at Numerovation with King Simon. That's Numerovation with King Simon at Gmail. And whoever wins, if it's 1, 2, or 3, then boom, 1, 2, or 3, it will be. So that's what we're dealing with. And if you want to pre-order my new book, you may pre-order my new book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. The price is only $40. That's $40.40. Shipping and handling is included wherever in the world. Even if I have to pay a little extra, I'm still going to, it's just $40. And you can pay via www.paypal.me/the Numerovator. That's paypal.me/the Numerovator. Please include your full name and mailing address in the PayPal note section so I can mail it out to you. That would only be wise, don't you think? That would be wise. So please spread love, okay? And once again, family, befriend me on Facebook, as you see scrolling on the bottom. Befriend me on Facebook, IG, King Simon at King Simon Production, or Twitter at King Simon Prod. Remember, my Cash App is King Simon 3158. That's King Simon 3158. And my PayPal is paypal.me/King Simon. That's paypal.me/King Simon, or paypal.me/the Numerovator. That's paypal/the Numerovator. Or, and please like, share, subscribe to King Simon Presents on YouTube. And remember, I do have a Patreon page. Please go to patreon.com/King Simon Production. And don't forget, I got a WordPress/blog. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. And also numbersAreSimple.com. That's my website that I'm working on, but I'm putting more content on KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com, just to let y'all know. Also, family, moving right along, just want to remind everybody about this real estate person, this beautiful real estate person right here. She can help you out if you want to buy new realty, if you want to learn, at least get consulted about realty anywhere in the world or in the United States. This sister Janelle Lewis can help you out. Licensed real estate salesperson. She can give you some consultation about New York property, tri-state property. Give her a call at 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Big her up all the time and tell her that you heard it right here on King Simon Production. And if you do want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name, date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. You see this fly all the time on Brother Richard Show, Black Magic 363, 347-496-1022 for that special advertisement rate. Remember, the study of numbers or numerology is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will work for you. You know what I noticed, family? That people that are your closest friends and families will less support you on your journey along the way, especially if they're 20 years or they know you for all your life. They can't believe that you're doing something that you didn't do back in the day and that I'm this new person doing something like this. And so I won't get no call from family members or certain friends to do a Numerovation session, although they need it. But I do have to commend my father, who is a minister in the Christian church, and he did ask for some help with his relationship help and how to figure out certain things. And that was last year. Now him and his wife is doing very well. After that, after numeration, after some prayer and some meditation with his empress, they've done some great work. And I'm glad that they're still together, holding on, doing what they got to do. But that's my pops. And this is somebody that, in my book, I'm going to write about it, because there was some times when he wasn't there and I had to, I actually thought about taking my father's life. A lot of people don't know, but It so happened the ancestor had me walk the other way instead of walk towards his house, because I was young and I didn't know where I was going. I was just moving with anger, and I walked the wrong way, and I walked myself until I was tired. I'm gonna talk about it in my book. There's much more to it, but you don't know what I had with me. You know that I was planning to take my own pop's life. That's crazy. But I wrote the letter and commit and really resolved and cried it out and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I tell people, forgive, let go, and grow. Forgive, let go, and grow. Suppose I would have really made it to my father's house and really took his life because of my anger of not hearing about his side of the story, and I only heard my mother's side of the story, or my family side, because my mother really wasn't talking bad about him. But when you hear other side and the family side of their family, you hear all this stuff, and you got to get both sides of the story, because remember, family, you come from parents that been through their trauma and drama also. So if you don't respect and understand that they've been through their stuff, and that's why sometimes the father or the mother couldn't be the very best they could have been to their children. So, the cycle continues, because I was chasing entertainment and doing all kinds. I was a womanizing crazy, doing all kinds of craziness back in the day. So I didn't spend that much time with my children, but I had to apologize to them. But I first had to forgive myself. And once you forgive yourself, then all forgiveness just fall in place. No matter what, if not one is not talking to you, as long as I am satisfied with me and satisfied with self, because it begins with me, that forgiveness, because of the pain of going through what I went through with my own parents, and my mother included. She's not void of this. I'm not going to front. My mother was something else too, but I'm just letting people know I still had to resolve that with both of them, and I'm glad that both of them are still alive today, that I can resolve. And if they're a transition, I would still put them on my altar of respect, like I have an altar of respect to all my older ancestors from Cuba and Jamaica and all that kind of stuff. And you got to show you, if you're going through it with your parents and you really need to resolve. I'm not telling you go kiss nobody's ass. I'm not telling you go kumbaya with anybody. If you've gone through it with your parents, your mom or your dad, forgive, let go, and grow. Les Brown said it. He said it back in the day, back in when I studied with him and before that. But you got to forgive, let go, and grow. It's all about unconditional love. You may not like their ways, you may not love what they did and all that, but the spirit and the energy you got to respect, because that spirit and energy you came from. You came from that spirit, and you came, even if you just have a stepdad that took care of you better, like Shaquille O'Neal, he had a stepdad that took care of him better, or certain people that had a stepdad. Tupac had a stepdad that took care of him better. Forgiving, let going, and growing is very important. Believe me, it's helped me to do what I'm doing today. Believe me. And numerology is a part of it. Astrology is a part of it. Islam was a part of it. Christianity was a part of it. Reggae music, Rasta, all of that was a part of my growth and my development. That was all part of my wind under my wings. Kemet is part of it. More science is part of it. All of it, because I study it all and take what I need from it to help me become better. And that's what you need to do. Remember, they say, possess nothing and have everything. Possess nothing. Possess no doctrine and none of that stuff anymore. I'm not under Islam. I'm not under this Christian. I'm not under Rasta. But possess none of the doctrines and have all of it, because you take from it what you need and help you to be a better person. I'm not against anybody being a Christian. I'm not against anybody being a Muslim. I'm not against anybody being an atheist, whatever. Whatever makes you a better person, that's what you use. That's what I even do with my numerology, my numerovation. Whatever makes you a better person in the number, and whichever number resonate with you, then study the aspects that are the positive aspects of the numbers, and then research why the negative of the part of the numbers come up on you, and try to manage your weakness and strengthen your strength. I wrote that in my book. Manage your weakness and strengthen your strength. And I heard that said by Pastor A.R. Bernard, the person that runs CCC over here, the Christian Cultural Center here in Brooklyn, a mega church. I've been to one of his. I go to the seminars. I check it out because he's a knowledgeable person. He be breaking it down. I love it. But I take what I need. I ain't joining nobody no more. I ain't joining nothing no more. The only thing I'm joining is my family business, my legacy, because them people in church, them people in Islam, them imams, and those rabbis and Hebrews and all that, they're building their legacy. They're building their legacy. Those people in Kemet, they're building their legacy. I got to build my legacy. So I take what I need and I dash out the rest. I don't dash away the baby with the bath water. I don't do them thing there, you know. I have to wash off the baby. The bath water dirty. Me just wash off the baby and bring the baby back in. The bath water have to go out, but me no say. Me have to bring the baby back inside. Yeah. So you know that foolishness, you know, understand. All right. So that's real for me. So I hope it's real for you. And let me get ready to get out of here. Remember, this is my book. No, numbers are simple, people are complicated. Remember, you could order it on Amazon and Kindle. This is my other book. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. This is my other book. No promotion is bad promotion. All publicity is good publicity. And remember, when you support me, you support Dr. Laila Africa's legacy with his wife, because they are the publishers of these 3 books. The other books I'm going to publish myself. But these 3 books that I just showed you, this one, and this one, that's all straight to Dr. Africa and myself. We split that with the family and the support. But continue to go to Dr. Africa's website and get his books, get his products. His wife kept in integrity, and they still got the classes. His online classes, Dr. Africa's online classes, is deep. Just the introduction. A friend of mine just took his class and told me that his introduction in the class that he taped 3 years ago is deep. And then his wife will answer questions via the email that you send through the website, because she knows all of it. He definitely turned over it to her. So in the description of this video, you'll see the link to his website, to the Cash App or the PayPal. If you want to send love to the family, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay, just want to remind everybody. And please, family, like I said, it's King Simon Presents on YouTube. Subscribe today. Click on the bell to be notified. And let's end with this prayer from Dr. Delbert Blair, one of the great metaphysics ones that you see right here on the picture. You see him. You see Dr. Blair. Let me see if Dr. Blair is on this particular one. No, Dr. Blair is on this one. Dr. Blair is right in the middle. Baba Heru, Phil Valentine, me next to Baba Heru. Then you have Supernova Slum, Lord Strayhorn, Unc Rising Sun, KT, the Arch Degree. But in the middle is Dr. Delbert Blair. This man left this prayer for us. This man left this prayer. And let's all say it together before we get on out of here. Let's say this prayer together. In the count of 3, we're going to say it together. At the count of 3, we're going to say this prayer together, because this was a prayer that Dr. Blair had everybody at his Meta Center number 2 in Chicago and around the world to say it simultaneously on a Tuesday at 12 noon. So this is the prayer that Dr. Blair shared with us and really, really wanted us to say this together. Ready? Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. One more time. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Delbert Blair. Like I said, this was the man. Dr. Blair is right in the middle right there over Paradigm Shift. That's Dr. Delbert Blair. If you don't know who he is, Google him up. He spoke about the woman. He spoke about the sun. He spoke about the ELF. He spoke about all the stuff that's going on today. Dr. Blair already have it. It's all on YouTube. Show Dr. Blair some love and put him on your altar of respect. Get Dr. Blair's picture if you can. That man, well, you can actually connect with his energy. I've connected. I've had dreams about Dr. Blair sitting in a classroom. After he died, like a year after, I've sat with him in a classroom and he was teaching us in this dream. I've sat with Dr. Moses Powell in a classroom and he was teaching us in this dream. I sat with Khalid Muhammad in my dreams and they're teaching us. But every time I go with Moses Powell or Brother Shion Wayne, they always throwing me around on the mat. They always got me on the mat, throwing me and flipping me all over the place. I've dreamt about Dr. Sabi. I've dreamt about Dick Gregory. I've dreamt about a whole bunch of people that I have on my altar of respect, because we can connect to that energy. We can connect to that energy. Get a book that Brother Panic recommended, and that book was called Astrodynamic. Very good book by Robert Bruce. And then there's another book called Astral Travel by Gavin and Yvonne. I forgot the last name. Gavin and Yvonne Scott, I think. It's Gavin and Yvonne. But just remember Gavin and Yvonne. Get those books, and then we can talk. All right. All right, family. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and have our Baba, Phil Valentine. And night before you know it, just before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. I'm telling my age. It's an old Carol Burnett song. So I'm telling my age already. Yo, but big up to y'all. Y'all be safe. Stay focused, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. And remember, like Marcus Mosiah Garvey says, up you mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One aim, one destiny, one God, regardless of land, labor, or language. There's but one God. Stay focused, my family. I love you. And don't forget, this coming Friday, we got Professor James Small. As I started with my song, Black and White Story, which I'm turning into a children's book, look out for it because it's coming out. Bye. Peace.
Black and white story in a me mind. Say we have to analyze it. Me, I go tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them a telling of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. Them come out of the mountains and mix up with seed. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. May I go tell you a little truth about the black history. So the people who can hear and those who can see, we're the first to come up with anatomy. To analyze the truth about we body, we're the first to come up with biology. To analyze the lives in the society, we're the first to come up with Egyptology. To construct the pyramids that you see, we're the first to come up with psychology. To analyze the minds in the vicinity, we're the first to come up with musicology. To put the rhythm of your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, with the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Black and white story in my mind. We say we have to analyze it. Black and white story in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. We black and white story in my mind. Say we have to analyze it. May I go tell you a little something about white history. Say how they condemn us throughout slavery. They say we were black and very ugly. I lie them, I tell enough of them history. Cause black is beautiful, the whole of them agree. They come out of the mountains and mix up the sea. Here we go, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let we tell the story. May I go tell you a little truth about the black history. It's for the people who can hear and those who can see. We're the first to come up with anatomy. To analyze the truth about the body. We're the first to come up with biology. To analyze the life in our society. We're the first to come up with Egyptology. To construct the pyramids that you see. We're the first to come up with psychology. To analyze the minds in the vicinity. We're the first to come up with musicology. To put the rhythm of your soul and make it rock steady. Correction, my friends, in the black and white history. Yeah, it's black, it's white, but let me tell the story. Yes, it's black, it's white, but let me tell the story.